Have you browsed through the eShop recently? There are loads of games that are under $2, and I think we've all fallen victim to buying some of these games simply because they are cheap. I think millions of Americans suffer every year from this. And I have 4 games I have bought over the last 8 months. I'm not as impulsive as I used to be, so I impulsively only bought 4 games in the last 8 months. But they're all under $2, and I'm going to tell you whether I regret them, whether I enjoy them still, or whether I'm neutral on them. The first game I impulsively bought for $2 or less was Kid Trip. Kid Trip I bought for $1.99. I knew what it was. I knew it was an auto runner. Still bought it because I wanted something to fill a 5-minute gap of my day. Kid Trip is an auto runner where you throw projectiles to kill enemies that are in your way, and you jump over obstacles. And basically you just go through these levels, and they're fairly short. They're 30 seconds, 45 seconds, maybe a minute for the harder ones, and you try and get to the end. And getting to the end allows you to progress to the next level. So it's nothing like we haven't seen before. I'd say I probably put maybe an hour into it, which is a lot considering it takes 35 seconds to do a run. And overall, I think it was an okay experience. The music's okay. I mean, it's repetitive doing the same thing, but the levels still get harder, so there is some challenge to it. If I had to say whether I regret this game or not, I'd probably give you just a shrug. I mean, it's not awful. I wish it was just $1. Don't get me wrong, I wish it was just $1. But overall, it's not that bad. So it gets a shrug. So Night Terrors is the next game on my list. It's $1.99, or it was when I bought it. Night Terrors is basically a Flappy Bird inspired game, if you all remember Flappy Bird. Night Terrors is basically the same thing, except you get a sword, and there's zombies, there's flying skulls, it's all kind of themed, so there's like bats and stuff. When you're able to swing your sword and hit these enemies, and you jump over a spike, and doing both of these actions gets you more points towards your high score. That's really all it is. It's an endless runner. It's not a bad game. I think I'm just kind of over the whole infinite, earn a high score, compete with your friends kind of thing. For people who do it, it'd be a great game though. Again, it's just a time killer. This is one of those games where I feel like it's just taking up space on my Switch because I barely ever play it. I don't usually uninstall games, so that's why it's still sitting on my Switch. But I'd say Night Terrors gets a thumbs down. The next game on my list is actually a very surprising game. It's Fly Clock Versus. So Fly Clock Versus it's simple. You play as a fly or whatever creature you happen to unlock. You can unlock like a pug, you can unlock a llama, you can unlock a person, which is weird. You just jump around and dodge these clock hands on a wristwatch. The concept is super simple. It's really easy to pick up because it only has 2 modes. It has classic where you jump around these clock hands and you try to last as long as you can. The last person alive wins. And then you have race mode, which you set to a default number, so 30, 60, 90, 120, 240 I think. And those numbers are based on how many hops you do. So the first person of 30 hops wins, the first person of 60 hops wins. That can get pretty intense. If you get the right people around you, it can actually be pretty fun. And I only spent 50 cents on this game. I will keep Fly Clock Versus. It's not bad if you have people to play with. I honestly give it a thumbs up. Now the next game on my list is a game I am very upset about. That game is Quest for the Golden Duck. Quest for the Golden Duck I bought, I think 2 weeks ago for 99 cents. So it's usually $10, so keep that in mind while I do this little review here. The trailer and the screenshots make it seem like it's like a Pac-Man, kind of like Pac-Man co-op multiplayer game. But it looks a lot more fun in the trailers and the screenshots. It looks more alive and it just looks a lot better. So when you do single player, you start with 2 modes. And there's 4 to unlock. As you go through, you get to these more difficult levels, and then eventually you'll lose all your lives. And when you go back to the main menu, you made no progress towards unlocking those other 4 stages. So it's really frustrating when you get to level 8 or 9, and then you lose, and then you don't make any progress towards unlocking those other modes. And I don't care enough to grind it out because it's honestly just not, Okay, multiplayer. So multiplayer, I brought it up with my brothers, and we did 2v2 and we did 3v1. 2v2 is okay, but the thing about this game is you can actually have 2 people who are on the bad guys team puppy guard a set of dots and make it so the good guys can't get them, which is kind of crummy. Good thing is, I guess, the balance it out is they put a time bar on the side so that they give a minute and a half to last. So if that minute and a half runs out, good guys win, next level, whatever, that's fine. But it's missing something. So what we decided to do is we decided to do a 3v1 where basically the good guy will try to last the whole minute and a half without dying. Then you end up with situations like this where you corner them into a corner and they can't do anything. And it's either they die, so their timer doesn't keep running out, or they sit there and stay alive. So that happened quite a bit. And now let's talk about the actual just gameplay overall. The gameplay feels extremely weird. At least when you're playing as Pac-Man in the Pac-Man games, you eat the dots with waka waka waka. In this game, there's no sound effect. You just go around and hit these dots with no sound effects. And it's really weird. Then you have the background music, which is this ear-grating, repetitive music. So it's just a combination of repetitive, boring, ear-grating music and no dots. And then you make a... When you get killed, the sound effects are awful. The soundtrack's awful. And then when you're actually controlling your character, you can do this thing where if you turn just right, you can literally slide sideways facing the wall. This game feels so cheaply done. It's like a Chinese knockoff is what it feels like. It feels like I paid 99 cents for a Chinese knockoff over some people's take on Pac-Man. Some people's way to change Pac-Man. Don't change Pac-Man, it's just fine. Pac-Man's fine. Duh, it's frustrating because I really want to like it. And it's one of those games where it's always going to be 10 bucks. And then when you see it for 99 cents, you're like, oh my god, it's 99 cents off. It's 90% off. It's only $1. I have $1. No, you don't. Don't have $1. You do not have $1. This game gets 2 thumbs down. If I had 3 thumbs, I would. If I had 4 thumbs, I would. Here, 4 thumbs down. It's just not a good game. I don't like uninstalling games. I'm gonna do it.
Delete? Yes.